Hey everyone, this is going to be a posing tutorial on sitting, whether that is on couches or on chairs. We are in our apartment right now, so this is not a couch I would normally choose for a cosplayer, but it's convenient and it's what we have. Typically, the couches and chairs in convention centers and hotels are way nicer and a lot cooler. So the first thing you kind of have to be aware with is sitting is it can look really boring. With doing a sitting or like a laying on a couch pose, you really have to kind of accentuate certain things. There are certain types of cosplay that can get away with maybe a little more of a boring pose while sitting because the cosplay is just kind of taking over a little bit. But I would beware if you are wearing a cosplay that is like a very structured skirt or dress or just like really poofy, because it kind of eats the bottom half of your body and we just kind of lose that and it just looks like you're sitting in a chair. Like the way I'm sitting now, this is not fun. And when you're doing a poofy dress, you can't do anything with like the legs or something like that. It all has to be arms, and sitting in that is not really the best for that type of cosplay. And that's something that I've run across myself, and I said to myself, well, let's not do that again. So if you are interested in a really cool looking couch, whether it's the color or the ornate details of the couch, there are a lot of things you can do. It also it really depends on what kind of cosplay you're doing and how much you can move in that cosplay. Like if you're very armor based, sitting or laying on a couch probably isn't going to be too much fun, but there are things you can do if you are able to physically sit down. Something I like to do is kind of lean on the couch, and what I mean by that is lay on your side, use the side armrests as your base, and kind of have like your legs kind of structured any way you want. And you can kind of do something like this. You can do something like this. Pro tip for people who are like self-conscious about their legs, do not smush them together. It creates kind of a weird shape. That's also the same if you're sitting up and naturally our thighs kind of come out when we're pressing down. If you are self-conscious about that at all and it's not something you're comfortable with in a picture, if you move towards the edge of the couch, obviously your thighs will not be smooshing against the couch anymore and you will just have your leg shape. So that's something you can do like laying down. You can also, if you are able to, go on your back and maybe do something like this. And I always like the structured leg that we've talked about before. And depending on your photographer, he can be coming from different angles and you get really nice things with that. Something you can do off the edge of the couch is something like we've talked about in the male posing, is like legs open, leaning, and you can do stuff like that. If you want a softer hand, remember we do the shake position. You can also you can get a little weird with it, pressing your arms straight down and then like having your legs out. I don't know, it's a cool shape, it's different, it's kind of more like model-y, but I like stuff like that. Something you can also do is stagger your legs down the front of the couch. So this couch is really short, so it's kind of harder for me to do because my legs are longer than what it needs to happen. But you can do something where your legs are bent like this. Maybe I can show it on the chair better, but staggering the legs while hanging off the side of the couch will give a more fun detail than this. One thing that's cool, if you have a very flowy dress that is like long and can be spread out, something that's kind of fun that you can do that's really easy for you is to lean back and just spread the dress out on the couch, and it really shows like the nice softness of the dress. And then you can be doing something soft up here or even just crossing your legs and being back here while the dress is spread out. And I really like the way that looks, but not a lot of cosplays have long flowy dresses like that, so I don't get to do it very often, but it is something a little different that you can do on a couch. Okay, so chairs. This is obviously a computer chair, so I will try to demonstrate as best as I can. But I seem to like chairs more than couches because we fill up one chair. A couch is typically longer, and I feel like I have to take up all the space, and it gets a little confusing. So what can you do in a chair? You could do a lot of things. You can be prim and proper, which if you are deciding to do like prim and proper kind of things, keeping your legs together which way they go is more proper. So what you want to do is lean more towards the edge of your seat, and you can either kind of cross your legs together or just keep them side by side and do something like that, or you can lean back with both hands on the armrest and do something like that. You can always cross your legs like this. I would avoid doing something like this because it just looks kind of like you're literally just sitting there. So if you do something more straight up and like that, or angled, it looks more interesting than this. Something I also like to do is putting your legs over the sides here. I'm probably gonna start spinning around. This is a bad chair to do it on, but you can kick your leg out and do something more fun like that. You can put your legs together. If it's a little bit bigger chair, you can lean back a little bit so you have something you're not so crouched like I am. If it has a longer, like a taller back, you can put your arms up there. You can put your arm on your face. You can do something like that. Something I kind of like to do is the staggering, and what I was trying to do whilst on the couch is like getting one leg, and whether usually this is a short chair, but if you kind of stagger like this, it's a lot more fun instead of, so doing this, just emulating it, just holding it. Or if the seat is wide enough, this one isn't, you could put both your legs on there and kind of be fun a little bit. And that's really cute. Something funky, sorry if I'm too tall for this, something funky you can do if it's a stool or it's a chair that doesn't have any arms, like it's a more modern chair, is you can kind of put maybe one leg and put one strong arm, and you can kind of do something fun like that, or you can lean, and it gives you just something for your body to do while on the chair that's not quite sitting, but it's a chair, so I'll count it. One last thing I wanted to talk about while sitting is if the photographer is coming from the side, like you guys are seeing from me now, is you can do like back arch stuff, which looks better instead of just like leaning. Unless this is the slouch look that you're going for, it would look more fun if maybe you had an arch in your back. The arms are probably distracting from it, but you get what I'm saying. That can also be done on the couch if you were laying on your back. It just gives more of a curved shape that I really like, and it just defines you a little more. Obviously, if your cosplay is too restricting to do that, then don't do that. Not every cosplay can be done sitting or laying on things. Some just do not work. The poofy dress is an example. Certain armored cosplays, like I said, if you are able to sit, you can do the edge of the chair or the edge of the couch things. But if you're in a flexible cosplay, you can do these. And these kind of poses aren't like obviously character specific. It gets a little difficult when doing sitting poses to get really specific unless they have an iconic pose that they do while sitting, then obviously do that. But these are just more general, like just posing poses that you could do if you were just like even doing a plain photo shoot. but it's something that we use on our cosplayers all the time. And it's stuff I like to do, and it can look really pretty, especially if the furniture is really pretty. I'm sorry I'm using really boring furniture, but it, like, the cosplay and the furniture can just play off each other, and like when we see a cool piece of furniture, we're like, oh my god, we gotta use it. So it's something fun to play around with. I hope these poses have given you ideas, whether, yes, I don't know where I was going with that. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and we can answer them, and we'll see you guys next time.